Public Library. Today I will be reading Haunted Florida Love Stories by Christopher Balzano. Today's story is The Happy Couple at Stetson University. A legend cannot exist in a vacuum. A great ghost story needs a setting to make sense. To make it connect with people, that setting needs to be something recognizable and familiar. It's no use if a legend takes a place in a forest where no one has ever been. But if you transplant it to the woods behind the old man Baker's farm, all of a sudden it becomes a myth the town can tell. Towers are meant to be monuments, and monuments are designed to draw the attention of all who see them. They mark great people and commemorate moments in time that leaders deem worthy to be relived and remembered. Standing like sentinels, they are lightning rods for ceremonies, meetings, and even romantic encounters. They are also lightning rods for ghosts and legends. Holy Tower may be standing at the front of the Stetson University campus in DeLand, Florida, but for the students who attend, it is the center of the school. Once over 116 feet tall, it has been the home to several campus legends over the years. Not all of them haunted. For example, students go to the tower before a big test and rub the bricks hoping for good luck. If it is a particularly tough exam, students ask the two people interred inside the tower for help. It is also said to be the meeting place of a secret exclusive society at the college, but no one has ever been able to get a firm handle on the real story. A first kiss between a couple in the shadow of this monument is said to secure a relationship that will last forever. One of the creepiest legends about the tower, based on that first kiss story but gone horribly wrong, is the story of Susanna Brown. She was said to be the daughter of a rich and influential Baptist minister from Iowa. She attended Stetson in the early 1890s when it was a finishing school, and in her first semester, she fell in love with her English professor. Over the course of the year, they would meet at Holy Tower late at night to talk and spend time together. The affair continued through the summer, but things took a turn in the fall semester. While they were kissing behind the tower late one night, they were spotted by a fellow staff member. He went to the administration, and by the next afternoon, Susanna was thrown out of school and her professor was fired. She was destroyed. She would have to go home dishonored and without the man she loved. She cleaned out her room, making sure to take a ribbon her love had given her and a poem he had written. She snuck off to Holy Tower and jumped from the top after telling the world that she would love her banished professor forever. To this day, during the fall semester, her voice is heard declaring her passion for her lost love. Her ghost is also caught climbing the tower stairs and seen jumping from the top. It's the kind of story you've heard before, or at least you've heard something like it wherever you're from. The legend was made popular in Dusty Smith's Haunted DeLand and the Ghost of the West Volusia County. The trouble is, it never happened. Unlike other bits of folklore or legends, the story seems to be the creation of the author herself, although it is unclear if she was told the story by another source or was looking to explain a haunting that she had heard. It falls apart on a basic level, although all who hear it want it to be true. Brown is said to have attended the college and committed suicide in 1892 or 1893. Holy Tower was built by the second president of the university, Lincoln Holy, who served Stetson between 1904 and 1934, 12 years after the suicide. He and his wife Eloise donated the building to the university mainly as a source for the 11 bells she loved that rang out over the campus. Both Holies are laid to rest in the mausoleum at the base of the tower. Lincoln Holy died right before it was completed in 1934, and the bells continued to play there for decades after Eloise died. There is no way Brown could have killed herself by throwing herself off a tower that didn't exist. So maybe the suicide happened somewhere else on campus, and the tower, being a touchstone for life at Stetson, became the new site of the death. According to Kelly Larson, archivist at the college, there have been no suicides on campus. There is no story that matches Brown's on campus, and there is no death that matches Brown's or any reference to her attendance or expulsion from the school. Furthermore, the picture published in Smith's book identified a specific man as the professor who was having the affair. In fact, the man acted as interim president for the college a few decades after the picture was taken and has a long history with the school. He was not quietly thrown out or even a professor there. The real haunting at the tower is actually much more romantic. Lincoln and Eloise Holy are said to still walk the grounds near the tower in the early morning hours. Although they died at different times, they found each other in death and returned to the place they loved in life. At times they are said to be seen walking a dog, although it is more commonly said to be Link and Holy walking the dog alone. It is more likely that this is another potential ghost who has been connected to Holy because of the tower and the popularity of the love story. This legend is repeated on campus and retold by people who attended school. There are written references to it in the school paper, and most people who went to Stetson have seen the couple or know someone who has. When they were considering taking the tower down several years ago, some even commented online that they hoped it would not affect the ghost. There have also been reports of the bells sounding even though no one is ringing them, an amazing feat considering they are not even housed in the tower anymore. The couple might have been seen other places on campus, or at least people believe their ghosts are responsible for other activity on campus. They say this is due to the bells Eloise held so close to her heart. In 2005, 94 feet of the tower were taken down due to safety reasons, and the bells were dispersed throughout the campus, including the library and Elizabeth Hall. The bells themselves might hold some spiritual energy in them. The bodies of the couple are still at the base of the tower. Their coffins are visible through the windows, but the building is locked and there is no reason for staff to go inside. Before the bells were removed, the people who were responsible for ringing them would often feel a presence when they climbed the stairs. One former ringer said he would feel someone with him and sometimes a hand on his shoulder. He got into the habit of saying hello to Eloise when he went up. Legends give birth to other legends. We need them and we need them to be ours. We take the best parts, the ones that really speak to us, and add details to make them our own. Every generation borrows the greatest hits from one before. Until the original story, the truth of the details is lost. Not that it matters much. A great story is often better than the truth and always better when you can be a part of it. Holy Tower inspires that kind of borrowing, still looming large on the campus of Stetson despite its new small stature. It continues to be the kind of place students go to feel the electricity at the school and to be part of something bigger than themselves, like a living yearbook that isn't contained to one year. It would seem some keep coming back to hear the bells and relive good memories, even after they die. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to look out for more from Swanee River Regional Library in the future.